nothing wrong.
All right, let's get into this college football.
Okay, yeah, what a mess this crap is.
All right, this is if you were watching before the growl, I said that I'm going to come around to Mason's side on something, and you're going to be surprised what it is.
Yeah.
I'm now with you on this USC Notre Dame thing, and here's why. Bill Plaschke wrote an article in the LA Times this morning that, and I haven't said this in a long time, I agree with every word he wrote.
Okay. I hope Bill's listening because he's never heard that before on the show.
Right. His point is this, and I now believe it, that Notre Dame has been aced out of the playoff.
Yep.
Notre Dame needs USC more than USC needs Notre Dame.
Take, yeah.
USC has, because they're now in the Big Ten, has 5 marquee games every single year. Ohio State, Indiana, Penn State, Oregon. I mean, it's Nebraska.
Yeah.
I mean, USC doesn't need Notre Dame.
Right.
I've been against you on this because I want to protect the rivalry. It's one of the great rivalries in college sports.
Yep.
And everybody's yelling at USC saying, all USC is asking to keep this rivalry going is that they play it early in the year.
Yep. So you don't have a cross-country trip in the middle of the Big Ten season in late October at South Bend.
And early losses or wins count differently than late losses or wins.
Yes.
All right. So come at me, Pete Arbogast. Come at me, Petros.
Oh, wait, you're with me?
I'm with Mason.
Come on.
I'm jumping in with Mason.
Come on.
Here's the offer to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I remember in The Godfather where Michael Corleone says to the senator, you can have my answer now if you like.
Yep.
My answer is nothing.
Yeah.
I'm giving you nothing.
Yep.
Here's what I'm doing if I'm USC. We're in a tougher conference now. We are the only team in the last 2 years in the Big Ten that has played a non-conference ranked opponent that late in the season.
Right.
No other team in the Big Ten does it. We'll play you every year, and we'll keep the rivalry alive. But the game has to be played in August or September, and that's it. If you don't want to play in August or September, we're out. And hang up the phone.
This is what I've been talking about for weeks now. If you're going to keep it, put it at the beginning of the season. Now, I will say, okay, this is going to make me.
You don't even want it then?
Well, I'd like to skip a year. I'd like to skip 1 year of Notre Dame because next year they've got Ohio State, Oregon, and at Penn State. So let's skip 1 year with Notre Dame.
But if you play that
come
game
back in 2027,
if you play that game as a kickoff opener, and SC's played in those before.
Sure,
they beat LSU and won last year.
Yeah,
if you play it as that game, then no matter what happens, USC has a chance to recover.
But I mean, look at Notre Dame though,
about it
because they lost the first 2 games.
Well, this is part of my argument.
Win.
Notre Dame needs USC because USC's good and they're ranked.
Yep.
And people aren't going to be lining up to play Notre Dame. Notre Dame doesn't have a conference. Okay, they can play whoever they want. USC's going to have, most of my friends that are USC season ticket holders are desperate for them to keep this game.
Right.
But the point you've been making all along, and you've been killed for it, is that when USC plays Notre Dame late in the season, which has always been the case, when it's there, it's in October. When it's here, it's in November.
Yes.
It oftentimes knocks them out of the playoff, and I think this year is an example of that.
Yeah, they missed the playoff by 1 Notre Dame loss.
So we'll play you, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
We'll have that rivalry, but it's going in August or September, or we're out. And I also think that if Notre Dame even blows back a little bit, I mean, this is an easy compromise. Notre Dame has no conference; they can play any game at any time.
Right.
Can I make one point, Joe?
Yeah.
Miami made the playoffs because of their win over Notre Dame.
Correct, they did.
That's why they're in the playoffs, because of the head-to-head, but also that's their best win of the entire season for Miami. It was their, first game of the year, second game of the year?
Right.
And they lost to SMU and Louisville, but still get into the college football playoff because they played Notre Dame and because they beat Notre Dame. So I think this is an issue of USA not being able to beat Notre Dame rather than the schedule having
Which is fine, but the game helps both teams if you win it.
It does.
Which is why they can continue it. But I have no issue now with USC telling them, look, you've had this rivalry on your terms for a long time.
Yep.
You need us more than we need you. Move it to August or September or we're out.
Right. Notre Dame doesn't have conference. It can be any time.
I would give them a timeline, too. I would say decide by the end of this month.
Yeah, give those crybabies a timeline because, they're complaining that they were in the college football playoff, and now they're not going to be in the bowl game.
I have zero issue with them opting out of the bowl game.
Really?
You don't?
Yeah.
I think it's a huge mistake.
Why?
Tell you next. Mason and Ireland.
We're doing
7
icebreakers next.
Oh, we're doing. Oh, then I'm going to tell you now, because you're missing out on a month of practice with your freshmen, your redshirt freshmen, your sophomores who are coming back. You're missing out on all that practice time. And by the way, so for example, USC, they're playing in the Alamo Bowl. Good, fantastic. That's all great and fine. It's the month of practice that I care about more than anything else, and that cannot be replaced.
Yeah, but
you're not allowed to practice. Marcus Freeman cannot practice with those talented. He's got a bunch of redshirt freshmen I read about. They don't get any extra practice time.
Well, here's the other thing. With these bowl games, and this is why I'm like down on bowl games. I think they should keep the Big Five and get rid of the other ones. Nobody cares. You make a good point with the practice, but nobody cares who wins. So let's say Notre Dame plays in a bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
Some of their best players, especially ones that are going to the NFL, will opt out.
But the ones that are coming back are going to play.
To your point. Okay, so some of these redshirt freshmen, some of these guys who never play, aren't you just showcasing them to get poached? If you got a guy you like and he's playing, what's the running back's name? Jeremiah Ford?
Jeremiah Love.
It's
fantastic.
Let's say you're playing behind him.
Yep.
Okay, Jeremiah Love's probably going to the NFL.
Yeah.
You're playing behind him. You get into the Cotton Bowl, and your backup tailback runs for 200 yards.
Yep.
Everybody in the country offers him an NIL deal.
Yeah, but I mean, including at Notre Dame.
Right. But I
assume he's on an NIL
deal.
Yeah,
but why showcase him for other teams? It's the same reason teams are canceling spring games.
Well, yeah, I think that's an interesting situation. I just think that ultimately you're missing out on practice time when you can be developing players, and I think it's a mistake. I understand. Look, I thought Notre Dame got totally royally screwed. I think Alabama is a joke. You don't lose by 3 touchdowns then go to the playoff as
win
the
your
fifth
games,
SEC
Notre Dame.
team
No,
win your
with
games.
3 losses.
I think you guys are burying the lead. All right. Is the goal of the playoffs to get the 12 best teams in?
Yeah, they don't got that.
Why is James Madison and Tulane even in this?